South of Baton Rouge, along the 8 Meat River, near the old Phillips farm, there's no brick and mortar, just a boiling cauldron of human disorder. Tammy's Cafe, serving up grits with a side of murder.
Welcome, y'all.
Oh my God, that was perfect, Michelle.
Thank you.
Right.
I'm super happy that my voice doesn't sound like Barry White, because in my head it's really deep.
Welcome, y'all. Deep and sexy. All right, Kenna, what are you drinking? Kenna's here first time. Michelle's here first time.
Twisted tea.
Twisted tea. Chandler's favorite. Behind the camera, we have
half and half only.
Half and half what?
Only. Half and half only.
It's the half lemonade, half tweed.
Oh, so it's like an Arnold Palmer.
Total trash. Yeah.
I don't mind it.
It's
Not
so
a fan.
good.
Twisted tea makes my mouth dry. I know that sounds
Did you try the
crazy.
Rocket Pop one?
I have not.
No.
It tastes literally just like a Rocket Pop.
Oh, is it those ice creams that are red, white,
like
and blue?
the little popsicles?
I don't like those.
Oh, it tastes exactly like
Does
them.
it?
Yes,
Okay.
it does.
I'll have like a berry flavor.
Yes.
Okay. That maybe I just didn't like it as a kid. I am drinking, plug in here for Redneck Riviera, John Rich's whiskey, and Michelle said she wanted to try it.
I did. I was caught by the vanilla honey smoothness
To me,
and subtle oak finish on the label.
yes, to me, it's not a lot of vanilla or honey, which I like.
Oh.
Now you sound like Barry White.
Good. Oh, plant.
Okay, ladies. Are you ready?
Murder After Dark for you.
Grits After Dark. Delilah.
I loved that show.
It's still on, huh? On the radio?
I haven't listened to the actual radio
I haven't
in
either.
years.
In 100 years, I haven't. Okay, what are you drinking?
I am drinking High Noon because I don't drink much, so I stick with like a nice little seltzer. It's a vodka and soda. It's gluten-free.
Plug for the GFs out. For all the GFs listening.
It's just such trash that I have to find stuff like that.
No. But I think that gluten-free stuff is becoming more readily available in the grocery store.
It is. It's a lot different than 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm a 10, but I get tummy troubles.
Even like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Because we had someone that would come over on a regular basis that has celiacs. And
See, I'm not that bad. I just have a severe intolerance according to my blood tests.
yeah,
So.
we tried to accommodate her, and it was hard to find stuff to help. Anyway,
Yeah.
we're going to 2017.
It's 37.
Not that long ago, really, in the whole grand scheme of things. Anybody want to take a guess at anything that was going on in that year? Because I wouldn't have remembered.
I was 37, so I just remember working and going to school. But as far as like actual what's going on, not a clue.
There was a solar eclipse that year.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember being at work and us going outside. And somebody, I work with a bunch of engineers, somebody had rigged up a little thing that we could, look through and not hurt our eyes. But the Google searches for my eyes hurt spiked right after the solar eclipse.
We were not a species meant to last.
No.
I was freshman year of high school.
Nice. Those are the good old days, huh? Now you gotta be all grown up and shit like that. Adulting. Serena Williams won the Australian Open, which is not that big of a deal, but she was pregnant when she won it.
That woman's a beast. She's amazing, man.
You go, girl. Stranger Things came back in 2017 with Stranger Things 2.
That was Bob's season.
They didn't ponder very long over the name of the sequel. Just added a 2 onto it. Does anybody know if we're going to have another one?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Unfortunately, we aren't doing anything right now with the writers and actors on strike.
That's right.
So the kids will probably be like middle-aged by the time I get to see my final season. But that's fine because they need their stuff. So
they'll definitely have their own kids by the time.
I'll wait.
Me too.
I'll wait.
I fall asleep to Stranger Things every
right?
night.
It's a wonderful show.
Okay, we're going across the pond And, I've said that to Stomp before, and he was just like, the Pontchartrain? No, we're going to cross the big pond to England.
Yay.
And we're going to start the story on August 17th, 1995.
Can I interrupt you real quick?
Sure.
Can I tell you my favorite thing about British people that I know? Well, I used to have this client that was Canadian, right? And I'm an Anglophile. I'm like obsessed with England. And I told him that once, and he said that, like, I don't know if this speaks for all Canada, but apparently where he's from, they look at people from England like most people look at people from West Virginia or the South.
Oh, really?
Yes. And that just makes me laugh so hard.
I did not know that. So they look down upon them.
Yes. They're like the gross inbred yokels of their culture.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about Alexander Gerald Skeel. He was born on August 17th, 1995. He had a twin, Luke. They were tiny when they were born. Alexander, Alex for short, which is what we're going to call him the rest of the time. He was only 2 pounds when he was born. Sounds like he's just getting set up for being bullied, if you ask me. So as a kid, his whole focus in life was football. Football is life, right?
Yes.
A little bit.
We watched Ted Lasso.
Okay.
We're into it.
Okay. So if I say football, it's really soccer, vice versa. He said he played football all the time on the weekends. He didn't really care about girls until he met Jordan Worth. And they met when they were both 16 years old. So it was about 2012.
Okay.
Alex had a guy friend named Jordan, not to be confused with his girl that he's dating named Jordan. And he had been friends with the guy Jordan, like, ever since they were little kids. Like elementary, you know, how you have that like one person.
Besties for life.
Yes. And initially, all of Alex's friends got along with girl Jordan. But, well, they called her sweet and quiet and demure. But some of his friends saw red flags. And, you know, we never listen to anyone in our life who sees a red flag.
I'm blind. I can't see anything.
Right? What did you say?
I said I'm blind. I can't see anything. So red flags is not what I'm looking for.
It just means there's a carnival ahead.
That's right. Well, the person that was most concerned about girl Jordan was boy Jordan as Alex's bestie. He was like, no. So August 17th, 2013, Alex and Luke, 18th birthday. Mom she loves her boys. She wants to throw them a big party.
Those are tiny, tiny boys.
Yes. They were going off to college.
Small men.
Yes. Technically legal. Okay. So mom's throwing them a big party. All their friends and family, you know, 18th birthday, kind of going away, blah, blah, blah. One of them, their mom's friends, had a daughter that was the same age, around the same age. And she came over and brought her daughter with her. No big deal. But girl Jordan is like picking a fight with this girl, causing a scene. This is so high school, you know.
Jealous.
18-year-olds.
Yeah.
Jumping to conclusions. What?
Causing a ruckus at the party. Ruckus, okay? But Alex is like taking her side, but everybody else at the party is like, she got to go. She's being an ass. So basically, I mean, it all sounds like high school to me. But he's in love with her. So he's trying to...
He's got his girlfriend's back. He's trying to be like a good boyfriend.
Yes.
Because he has to deal with her later.
This...
It's going to be a long night.
Exactly.
Long night.
It's going to be a long couple years. Okay, so this was just kind of the beginning of the red flags. And on one occasion, and I couldn't really understand what he was saying, even like re-listening to it over and over because of his accent. But I think she broke like his debit card, like she actually physically broke it. But I may be way off base. But let's just say that that's what it was.
That's fabulous. That's the kind of girls I hung out with when I was in my early 20s. Just absolute drama, poor choices all the time.
I have no friends, and I am in my early 20s. So,
She doesn't.
Well, that was where he was like, okay, fine. I'm not, you know, there had been some other little incidents, but he was just like, I'm done with you. You're too much. So he broke up with her. And of course, everybody in his family and all his friends are like, "Whew, I'm so glad
It's over.
Yes.
Until 2 weeks later when they get back together.
Well, kind of, sort
I
of.
live without you.
To a little while later when she comes back and she says, I'm pregnant.
Oh. Dun, dun, dun.
Alex's mom is like, oh, no, ho, you go take a pregnancy test at my house right now. And the girl did, and she is pregnant.
We be going on Maury. I want to know who's the baby daddy.
Get some DNA tests on that.
You sure it's mine?
Well, we're pretty sure it's Alex's.
Okay.
That's not really, I don't think she was.
Not that kind of girl.
No,
Yeah.
no. But
Crazy.
But yes, just crazy. Alex, okay, this changes everything, right? He still doesn't want to be with her, but he wants to be there for the baby and he wants to take responsibility. And this happened like right at the beginning of the pregnancy. So because he doesn't want to be with her, she basically, the whole entire pregnancy went. And then on May 19th, 2014, Thomas J, is what they named the baby, was born. They call him TJ. And she hadn't seen Alex or the family, his family, the whole time she was pregnant. All right. And one day she calls Alex's mom, would you like to see your grandson? Oh, like you haven't even let the dad see the baby yet. But of course, grandma's like, hell yeah, I want to see my grandson. And she brings him over and he looked just like Alex when he was a baby. And grandma was in love with the baby. So she reached out to Alex. Hey, do you want to see your son? I will make arrangements for you to come and see him, and I won't even be there. So it never really said in the story where Alex's and Luke's dad was. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he passed away, if they were divorced. I don't know what. But his grandfather was like his father figure.
Okay.
So when it was time for Alex to go see the baby, TJ, he got his grandfather to go with him. Like, that's how much he means to him. He wanted to be that person.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
So they go to see the baby. And I mean, they're all in love with the baby. Everybody loves the baby.
Yeah, people like babies.
Not Michelle.
I'm not a fan, but I do like dogs.
Michelle.
Babies don't like me, so I can't really control.
It's not that I don't like them. I'm just uninterested
Babies love
in them.
to poop on me. Yeah.
I'm just uninterested in them. It's like her chickens. I just like. I'm glad that other people have them. That's awesome.
I
it's
love
not
my chickens.
Personally, it's not for me.
Watch them run around the yard.
We had chickens.
Little wings back.
It did not work out for us. Yeah. So before you know it, Jordan is back in the picture. She's living with Alex and his family, like at the mom's house. Mm-hmm. And they still weren't planning on getting back together. It was more of a let's all pitch in and take care of the baby situation. It wasn't, hey, we're back together situation.
Yeah, like a village.
Yes. But Alex's guy friend, Jordan, he could see the writing on the wall. And he was like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen all over again.
There's always that like one friend in the back going, oh, this is just so many poor decisions being made right now.
Watching the shit show.
Yeah, and just sitting back going,
Getting
please,
sucked
no,
right back
don't
in.
Stop.
Well, he did. Alex did get sucked right back in. And on January 1st, 2015, Alex and girl Jordan made it Facebook official. Ooh, and they were in a relationship.
That's serious.
You know, yeah. Now, Alex felt that over the time that he hadn't been with Jordan, she had matured. I don't know if it was because she had a baby or what made him think that.
He didn't get to spend a lot of time with her.
The crazy don't just go away.
Exactly. And he started seeing the cracks.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, remember back at the 18th birthday party? She caused a scene with the girl. Mm. Well, Alex and her were in the car one day. She rolls down the window because she sees the girl walking down the street and starts yelling
That's so bad.
Shit at her.
Classy.
So bad.
I mean, God, fuck.
She's so classy.
Bitch is minding her own business. Like, she's just walking down the damn street. Probably just trying to get to the 7-Eleven. Get, like, a bear claw or something like that.
Right? She just wants her little
Slurpee.
Well, Alex's mom found out about
Fish and
it.
chips?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's like, we're not having this. You get the fuck out. So Jordan was like, okay, your mom said I had to leave. It's either your family or me. Which one? And the baby. Me and the baby. He picked her and the baby, not the same family.
Yeah, because you're 18, 19 years old and you make poor choices at that age.
Right. So they packed up the baby's things and they moved. And where do you think they went?
Some gypsy caravan.
That would be a lovely ending to the story.
Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be just so nice?
Became gypsies.
Right? They just, I think it's Romany now, but like, yeah, they get
traveling Europe.
Yeah, travelers. There you go. Just rocking their caravan and just traveling.
I was born in the wagon
Exactly.
of a
I love it.
show. Okay, so this was May 2015 when the move is happening from Alex's family's house. They're both 19. And they moved to Jordan's family's house. So, yay.
One house to another.
Yeah.
Who have already clearly produced quality human beings.
Yes.
So you know it's a stable environment.
I'm going to tell y'all, Jordan had her hooks in him so deep, Alex didn't see his family for 2 years.
That's crazy.
Well, the part that I'm going to tell you about. Yeah. 2 years. Didn't see his family, didn't talk to his family. All right. So she wanted to make sure, well, first of all, she was relentless with the whole, when I was pregnant and we weren't together, you were with every girl and you were cheating and blah, blah. Well, first of all, he wouldn't have been cheating even if he was with somebody.
But y'all weren't together.
Exactly.
So it doesn't matter.
But they were not on a break.
They
were
Ross and Rachel.
Full over.
Completely agree with you. She did not, however, feel this way about it. So she wanted to make herself comfortable in the fact that he had cut off any of his old ties and she broke his phone.
Oh, not the phone.
She got a new phone for him, but she controlled the new phone. Yeah.
That's awesome.
She made him, I'm going to glance over at my son, she made him get rid of his PlayStation because he could contact his friends through the PlayStation.
Oh, I've had so many friends like that. It's so terrifying.
That's crazy.
Okay. At this point, Alex's family, they don't even know where he is. They can't even call him. They don't know that he's at Jordan's parents' house. They know nothing. And you remember I told you Alex is close to his grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one day Jordan rolls up on him and says, "Oh,
girl Jordan or boy Jordan?"
Girl.
Okay.
Because like he has no contact.
Crazy Jordan.
Yes, Crazy Jordan. Oh, I just found out.
Can we call her CJ instead?
Yeah, CJ, Crazy Jordan. She rolls up on him and tells him, "Your grandfather passed away. I just found out." Yeah. And Alex is distraught. This is like the man figure in his house. I mean, in his life growing up. He's crying. He's upset. She's jealous because he's getting so, emotional about the loss of his grandfather. And he's feeling guilty because he hasn't seen him or done anything with him because he's following her around.
But who wouldn't?
Crazy Jordan just standing there like, I can't believe you don't see how this affects me.
It doesn't, though.
Well, guess what? He really wasn't dead. And she was basically like, oh, God, just get over yourself. He's not really dead.
Just kidding. God, you take everything so personal.
I just needed to see how you were going to react.
Wow.
That's like a stab in the chest. What's going on?
I would have walked the fuck away way before this, but that would have definitely done it.
I don't condone in violence, but I might have punched her in the nose.
Wow.
I love crazy people. Like, just that line where it's like, I know, I'm going to tell him his grandpa died. Yeah. That'll show him
That'll hurt his feelings.
Yeah. July 2013, Alex and Jordan, I guess, get enough money and get stable enough to leave her parents' house and they get their own place. The first month, according to Alex, was amazing. They did not argue. They had a beautiful child. They had a beautiful home. Everything was hunky-dory.
Real estate will do that to you when you move into a new place.
Oh, it was bliss.
So hot.
It was so good. Life was so good. They decided to have another child.
Quality choice.
Yes. And she got pregnant right away.
Of course she did.
Because if you don't have problems, a child will fix it.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
So Alex was working and Jordan was going to school. And he really liked his job. And apparently he was making enough money to get them into their own place. But Jordan made him quit his job.
I was just about to ask, does she have a job or she just...
She's going to school.
Okay.
But I feel like and I don't know this for a fact, I feel
Probably
like
not as good
she's
as
got
school.
student loans and stuff to help them with their living expenses, and I'll get to why I think
Okay.
that.
Okay.
But
Gotcha.
go ahead.
They have a lot of social programs there that that do help out that way.
So that it could be that.
yeah.
Well, she made him quit his job because she was jealous of him being around other people at school. And guess where he had to go every single day?
It's awesome.
I mean, at work, him being at work. He had to go to school with her every single day after she made him quit his job.
Just walking along, holding her purse.
Poor dude.
I mean, are they bringing
Poor
the baby to class with, like, TJ? Are they,
We
where's,
got a toddler in
probably
one
not.
hand.
where's
She's
Probably
just
not.
waddling the class
Yeah.
like this.
Just this dude, like, in an internal waiting room area. Like, the guys at the dressing rooms. So they're just sitting there holding the purse while their wife is shopping.
Yes.
I'm just here.
He, I mean, whatever degree she was going for, he would have probably been able to pass.
Honorary. He's like a service dog at this point.
Exactly. He was like a service
Just a
dog.
service dog. Just sit.
And she had even taken away his wallet because he said, okay, so the question,
You don't get to spend none of your money.
the question,
Bro, I'm sorry. Like, what? Does their pussy taste like beer? What the fuck, yo?
that's a very good observation.
No vagina is worth that. Like, none.
But
I think better grant wishes. Like,
Rub
you
it a
should
few
rub it
times.
and the genie comes out.
Genie comes-
Robin Williams pops out.
that's awesome.
Never had a friend like me.
Oh, God. Okay. So along the lines of how did they pay for everything, during the documentary I watched, Alex said, I don't know how we paid for everything because she made me quit my job and she took my wallet. So I'm not really sure.
How is she paying for things?
She
a
is,
hooker?
She is. I don't know. We have to wait and find out. So on one occasion, Alex and Jordan went to a concert in Leeds. I say that to say that they're out of town and they're staying at a hotel. Y'all, hold on. The morning after the concert, Alex was awakened by boiling water being poured on his back.
She trying to cook him?
She's trying
I guess.
to do something.
She's trying to make a soup?
Think about this. This started off as, I don't like you wearing your hair that way, or I don't like the color gray. Don't wear the color gray. And then physical isolation.
That's how it happens. That is standard practice.
She is doing every single thing we see.
Check, check,
Yes.
check.
Now she's escalated to physical.
As it does.
Mm-hmm.
Let this be a lesson to you.
And
Pay attention to this shit. Take notes. There will
I
be a
fight
quiz
back.
later.
well, it's. I always say this on the podcast that I feel like I was in a one-person cult at one point in time. And you never think that I'm smarter than that.
Oh, yeah. You never think it's going to be you. You never think it's going to be you.
think, oh,
And then all of a sudden it's you.
I could see those red flags. You know, I wouldn't be that. I was that.
And then it happens.
Yes,
And
as
then
a
you're
grown-
like, dang,
a grown
why
person.
did I let this happen to myself?
Yes.
After it's all...
You knew you beat yourself
and
up
done.
over
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
over. So there was the boiling water. Okay, now let's just think about Alex's family and friends at this point. They don't know where he is. They're grasping at straws. They don't have a way to call him. Guy friend Jordan sees a Facebook page with Alex's name on it. Now, Alex is spelled Alex. This Facebook page is Alix, but it's his page.
Mm-hmm.
But you know who's running the page.
I was about to say she's
100%.
running it
There's
100%.
no way he has control over his own social media.
Yeah. And they would try to message him and, you know, how you doing or what's going on or where are you? And I'm saying in air quotes, which was really Jordan.
Oh, yeah. It's just her standing by there going, none of your business how he's doing.
She said, I hate you. I'm not your friend. I never want to see you again. So she's further isolating him. But they weren't, they knew it was her.
Yeah.
You know. But she's keeping him away from everyone. August 17th, 2016. I keep going back to that date because this is Alex's 20th birthday. His grandfather sent him a text wishing him happy birthday and saying that he missed him. The reply was, "Don't message me again."
She's so mean.
Right?
That poor old man. Probably like, why is my grandson texting me this? And
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he was talking to the rest of the family.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I'm sure he knew.
So about 6 months after that happened, it's 2:30 in the morning. Alex actually called his grandfather for help. So grandpa's like, assemble the troops, mama's there, aunt's there. They all go over.
I take the baby too.
I mean, I think,
I would assume that they would have the baby because they're gonna. She's got that as leverage.
Yeah.
That
So
is forever
Alex
leverage.
and Jordan have the baby.
Yeah.
And she's pregnant too. So there's going to be another one soon.
So much leverage.
But they go over there, and it's the middle of the night, and they knock on the door, and Alex is on the other side of the door saying, "Go away. I don't want you here." Now he's the one that called and asked for help.
Alex has a gun to his head.
I'm sure.
He definitely does.
And
or a knife.
The
to
family,
his throat.
well, the family said, "You're the one that called for help. We're calling the cops."
Yeah.
So the police come out. Oh, this is when you watch the shows on TV and you're like, no. The police put the family outside. They're like, y'all have to stay out here. We're going to go in there and talk to them. Put Jordan and Alex in separate rooms because you want the person to feel comfortable enough to say, I'm being abused, or she pours
and if
boiling
she's there,
hot water.
She's going to look at him with that look,
Yeah,
and he's not going to
like
say nothing.
It's a hostage negotiation.
So they do that. They come out to the family and say, everything's fine. Your son is walking with a limp, but other than that, everything's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Did she shoot him in the leg?
What the fuck?
She kicked him?
I mean,
with a crowbar?
Think about it. I'll tell you.
Everything is very much not fine.
Slammed his leg in the door?
Yes. All of the above. So June 3rd, 2017. Now remember, I told you what was happening in 2017. So we're getting kind of toward the end of the story. The police...
I think it's going to go well for Alex.
You do or do not?
I do not.
So June 2017, it was June the 3rd, actually, the police get a 999 call, their version of 911, reporting a bad fight at a neighbor's house. These are neighbors of Alex and Jordan. The neighbor tells the 999 operator they could hear, "Stop hurting me. Leave me alone." Good neighbors, right? They're calling the cops. So the police arrive, knock on the door, knock again. Finally, Jordan comes to the door. She looks fine. She's not concerned.
She does.
She's not disheveled. And Jordan tells the police that Alex had injured himself. And they didn't,
Everything's fine.
Yeah, everything's fine.
You guys are busy.
But luckily, the cops did go in. And he was injured to the point that he needed to go to the hospital. And
she beat the absolute shit out of him.
And one of the doctors at the hospital was doing the whole, like, are you safe? Do you feel comfortable going back home? Is someone hurting you? She wasn't there. He could have said, someone was hurting me. He even says today that would have been a perfect time for him to say that. But he didn't. He kept insisting that he had injured himself. Jordan had nothing to do with it.
That's no different than a battered wife going there. Yeah, it's battered spouse syndrome.
Exactly.
Doing it for the kids.
I mean, okay, I got to pour a drink, but...
I will take another shot of that because I did enjoy the burn. That was lovely.
Did you?
I
Your
did.
face told me a different story.
You can't listen to that. She's a liar.
That bitch don't know what she's talking about.
Exactly.
So, can I?
Yeah, it burns good. I love
You want
it.
to sip, Kenna?
No, ma'am, I am not a whiskey girl.
Love it. So good.
I have a flask that says I'm a whiskey girl. Thank you, Tasha, for making this flask for me.
Not us being total opposites.
What a shame that you're not drinking whiskey straight from the bottle.
Right.
Okay.
Party.
Who's driving home tonight? Okay.
The only one that should be trusted. That one right there.
All right. So he goes home from the hospital. A week later, police are called again by the neighbor that hear them arguing and shouting. Luckily, it was the same police officer that had responded a week earlier. So we're seeing,
Nice little pattern.
It's not a coincidence.
Exactly. And by this point in time, and I don't know exactly when, and it doesn't really matter, but they've had the second child, and it's a little girl. Her name's Iris.
Oh.
So they come in, and you know, Jordan's got the baby on her hip and I need to come in this room and change the baby, which is the exact room that the police are trying to talk to Alex in. And
you got baby wipes and diapers somewhere else in the house.
I mean,
the baby doesn't have a room.
She probably been wet. She can wait 15 more minutes or whatever.
Right.
Run her under the
side
faucet.
of murder. I'm just like sitting here going, somebody's going to die.
Yeah.
I hope it's not a kid.
What's going on?
So, again, Alex is telling them, everything's fine. I injured myself. Jordan didn't have anything to do with it. But this officer, he can read between the lines. He can see the red flags.
No, you did not hit yourself with a baseball, sir.
You poured boiling water on your
Really?
back.
Just
Your own back. No.
Just really dirty, huh?
It's his OCD kicking in.
Right? Gotta get it clean.
Okay. Basically, Alex didn't want to piss Jordan off
Obviously.
because at this point, he's terrified.
Yeah, you gotta go to sleep at suntime.
He said the whole time that the cops were talking to him, all he kept thinking is, what does Jordan want me to say? What does Jordan want me to do? So Sergeant Ed Finn, who was the guy that came the first time and is now here the second time, was able to get them separated, and he brought Alex to the car, the police car, and he told him, tell me what's going on, and he would not say anything. He said, I'm turning off the camera. As soon as he turned off the camera, Alex admitted that Jordan had been physically abusing him.
See, I would have turned off the camera. I would have been like, yeah, psych, bro.
Psych.
Yeah, I would have need the evidence.
I agree. Well,
I feel like that's entrapment or something, though.
Well, you mean having the camera on?
Yeah, if you say that you're turning it off,
it's the
at some
body
point.
cam, you know, that they have to wear everywhere now.
But like,
Yeah,
this man
that
getting beat
headquarters
on.
log cam malfunction. I heard that a lot.
Well, they go back into the house, tell Jordan they want her to come to the station to discuss the situation. She agrees. Alex
don't
goes
mind
to
doing
the
the tea.
hospital. Somebody, I think the her parents took the grandkids. Okay. This is what is, to me, so crazy. The doctor at the hospital told the police that Alex had maybe 10 days left to live.
Jesus.
What?
He could not have survived another 10 days in his current physical state. Not only was she physically abusing him, but she was also controlling his food intake.
Oh, she was starving him.
Slowly starving him to death.
She was in it for the
Poor man.
long con.
This bitch had all the boxes checked.
Wow.
And initially, obviously, she probably wasn't starving him. But
At some point, though, and you're continuing to do it. Like, that is a special kind of crazy to just sit there and be like...
Was he just taking
not
all of
giving
this so that she didn't do this to the children?
he never said that.
Or
I think he just didn't want to make her mad.
Oh,
but-
okay. More of a terrified.
Yeah.
thing.
But also, think about it. It's like when we talk about women in this situation.
Mhm.
How can he escape? He has no money. He has
True.
no access to any kind of social media to contact anyone.
No phone,
He-
no job.
Nothing. Okay. And
He's
I'm
probably not even allowed outside.
He probably wasn't. Okay, so that night when he got released from the hospital, the police took him to a hotel for safekeeping. And he said that the meal he had there was the best meal he had ever eaten in his life.
Oh,
Like-
shitty hotel food.
It was, he said, the police kind of compared it to this guy hadn't even eaten a hot meal in so long that, he was just loving this hotel food. So let's talk about Jordan and her interview
Please.
with the detectives.
Yes.
What did she say?
First of all,
Lies.
I saw.
She said a lot of lies.
Yes, she did. I saw her. I picture crazy. She is soft-spoken,
Like she looks sane.
demure, like, oh, I don't know why he would say, I've never done that. Like, it was, I just couldn't, there was no crazy.
It sounds like Robin from Sister Wives.
I don't watch that show.
We do.
Is it good?
It's so good. It's
Last season's
drama.
amazing.
Train wreck.
Massive.
Yes.
Okay. So, every single thing the detectives, because they've already talked to Alex and he's spilled the beans.
Mhm.
every single thing that they brought to her attention, she denied. And she's like, where's Alex? I think that he and I mean, I don't do a British accent, but let's just pretend. I want to talk to him because we need to sort things out. Like,
why? So you can finish them all?
Yeah, no
Basically.
shit. I just want to. So by sorting things out,
I just want to talk.
I'd like to kick him in his bollocks.
I just want to talk.
So here are some of the things that the detectives talked to her about that Alex said. Alex said Jordan was assaulting him on a daily basis. If she didn't assault him one night, she would make up for it the next night.
Like it's in her planner?
Yeah.
Like it's on her to-do list?
Yep.
Like, I didn't beat you once yesterday, so I'm gonna beat you 3 times to make it
I was
up.
running really, really busy, so we're just
Yeah.
going to do double beatings tomorrow.
Yeah.
And call it a day.
Mm-hmm.
Might hit you with a tire, but it's fine.
I do appreciate that level of organization, though.
Well, she did use a hammer to assault him
Oh,
at some point.
shit. It's called hobbling, Paul.
And one time when they were driving, she picked up a hairbrush and whacked him so hard that his tooth was hanging out. And he said he didn't have any money to go to the dentist, so he just pulled his tooth out. And to this day, he still has his tooth out when I
So
saw him in the
crazy.
documentary. Yeah. One time, now, I don't understand this. Now, I know when you're food deprived, your brain is going to start going.
It eats itself.
It's
Actually,
gonna
your
eat-
body starts to eat itself, and you will go insane.
Yes, you will. Once she told him to take a sleeping pill, and he did. But then right after he swallowed the first one, she said, now take a handful of them and chew them up and swallow them. And he did.
At a certain point, though, you got to think part of him just kind of wants to die.
Maybe.
It has to.
He woke up from that, but he doesn't remember anything that happened. You know, she was probably just fucking pouring hot grease on him, hot grits, hot everything.
100%.
Burning them with cigarettes.
She used knives to physically assault him. And when the detectives asked her about that, she said, I only cut him with the knives.
A little bit.
I didn't stab him with the knives.
What's the
There were-
difference? It's still a cut.
I guess it would be like puncture.
I mean,
Y'all
yeah,
need
but
to go.
still,
There's literally,
it'll
okay, so
still
in the
burn.
state of Louisiana, I can't remember exactly how many it is, but there is literally like a stab number, like this much is assault and this much
Is
or
it-
like
it's
this
like a
much
felony?
Yeah, this much is attempted murder and this much is just assault. And I think it's like 13.
Mm. Well, she was just cutting him.
Just little cuts.
We know she was controlling his food intake. She made him sleep on the floor next to the bed.
what is he, a dog?
Right.
Might as well be.
And Jordan said,
I'm not gonna lie though, like there's nights like kind of like seriously, just get out.
well,
Get on the floor. It's too hot.
if you pull boiling water on him, put boiling water on him, he might sleep on the floor. So just as a
That's
thought.
true. That's the option.
But I would look up that Louisiana law to see if,
Just little cuts at night. That's all.
yeah, if maybe boiling water is assault, but boiling grits are attempted
That's
murder.
that's just a dinner gone bad.
Yeah.
Oopsies.
So she goes on to tell the detectives that Alex and her had everything they ever wanted, but they weren't happy. I'm pretty sure you were happy, bitch. A sergeant, I think it was a lady sergeant, called Alex's mom to tell her son was safe at the police station. She also said he's been burned, stabbed, and slashed, but he's okay. The mom on the phone said she just
It
screamed
doesn't.
and dropped to the
Yeah.
floor.
It's not okay.
And the sergeant said he just wants to come home and see his mom.
Aw.
And his mom saw him walking up the walkway and he could barely walk. He kind of just fell into her arms. Oh, I got the
Poor
chills.
darling.
Yeah, his aunt said he was like a shell of a person and smelled like death.
Aww.
And he told his mom, he told his whole family that he was sorry. And, oh, by the way, Mom, you have a granddaughter. And he kept
We
saying,
will need to get them immediately under control.
that was
right
his,
now.
yes, that was his number one thing when he got to his mom's house, is that he needed to get the kids.
Yeah.
And within 5 days, they brought the kids. I don't know why it took 5 days.
I was going to say, that's a very long time.
They brought the kids to Alex. Okay. Guy Jordan, his friend Guy Jordan, was just, happy as a pig in slop, as they say, to have his friend back in his life. And just basically, he was safe and everybody was relieved. September 28th, 2017, Jordan is charged with 17 counts, some of which included grievous bodily harm and controlling or coercive behavior.
She better have a long sentence, a very, very long one.
Well,
it's not, huh? Because she's a female.
First of all, it's England also.
Oh.
So out of the 17, Jordan pled guilty to 3 counts.
Ain't no way.
April 2018, she was given 2 7-year sentences for wounding with intent and grievous bodily harm, both to be served concurrently.
14 years for that.
Then she was given a consecutive 6 months for controlling or coercive behavior. She was the first female in the UK to be convicted of this charge. So,
look at her breaking through glass ceilings.
Yeah, right. Now
you accomplished something, not the right thing, but something.
See, we can do anything a man can do, including murder.
We're strong.
Well, the good thing is this episode does not end in any kind of murder.
Oh, a little tease, but okay.
Alex said he never tried to defend himself or retaliate against Jordan, and he never told anyone about the abuse until, at the very end. The hospital report showed that Alex was alarmingly thin and in poor health by the time of Jordan's arrest. After his untreated burns had become infected, he developed hydrocephalus, a buildup of fluid on the brain caused by major head trauma. We hadn't even seen that before now.
That's like them little chihuahuas with the big heads.
So, this poor boy, y'all, and I know I don't know enough about this to speak intelligently, but I'm pretty sure that preemies always have some issues as kind of being behind in terms of social skills and maybe learning capacity. I don't know.
Developmental milestones
like that. Because I live with a 3-year-old that was born a month and a half early, and I swear she's so smart.
I'm not saying all, but remember, he was 2 pounds when he was born.
Yeah,
he was 3'9".
He's going to be missing. He's going to be missing some milestones. It's twins.
Yeah,
yes.
Twins though, and usually they're tiny anyway, but that's like exceptionally tiny,
real tiny.
Well, okay, today Alex coaches a soccer team that is sponsored by a domestic abuse organization.
Good for him. Look at him giving back.
Yeah, and he also has the support of his friends and family, which we knew he would all along. He attends group meetings and speaks on the topics of domestic violence.
As he should.
And he has custody of his children.
As he should.
And is eternally single.
All of these things are...
Scared of any woman ever?
Yes, I would never.
Never.
I was thinking that the whole time I was doing the research. Fuck dating anyone ever again, ever.
No, not on my list. Not of my list of to-dos.
Here's the bad part. Jordan Worth, Girl Jordan, was released in January of 2022.
What?
After serving half her sentence.
Of course. Well, it's nice to know that the justice system disappoints people all over the world, not just in America.
Yes.
Right.
I feel like at least here she would have had a longer sentence. Because what I need people to do is go online and look at this boy's injuries. He literally, pictures I saw looked like...
Coming out of like a POW camp, huh?
Yeah. And just the scars and just everything. I mean, I told you bad things, but you can't really until you see those bad things. So anyway, as of April 20th of this year, which is just a few months ago, Jordan Worth is engaged to a 20-year-old bricklayer named Adam Steff.
Oh, that poor man.
I tried my best to go on Facebook, to go
find this guy and be like, run, bitch, run.
To find Jordan.
Did you not hear what happened last time?
I tried to find him, but I tried to even find more articles saying that they were still together at this point. I couldn't find anything. But in one of the articles I did read about them being together, his friends were giving him grief about being with her.
Yeah.
As they should.
Your girl is crazy. She is going to murder you.
Yeah. So
You're
that's
next.
the very sad.
Can you imagine the clowning though when they drink and stuff?
Oh
Like,
my
yeah,
God.
at least my bitch didn't try to kill anybody. Better be late.
I mean, first time she tells him some shit about his clothes,
Right?
he's going to throat punch her.
Yes. Don't miss curfew.
All right. So I Survived. You've probably heard of that show before. I think I watched it on Amazon Prime. Abused by My Girlfriend was the episode. I think it was season 2, episode 1 or 2. And then I also went to some other sites like Wikipedia, Murderpedia, dailymail.co.uk. So I got some of especially
I love how oddly specific some of those documentaries are.
like in what way? What do you mean?
Like My Left-Handed Killer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Murdered by my boyfriend. Murdered at sea.
I survived my
Yeah,
girlfriend.
Exactly.
And that's the story of Alexander Gerald Skeel.
Well, nobody died, so I will say it was a little bit of a tease.
Well,
But
you know,
definitely.
it's Josh's first time here. I didn't want to depress you right out of the gate.
I appreciate that.
And I did not pull
It's okay.
any funny stories for the ending because there was no murder. I mean,
Didn't need to leave on a high note.
yeah. Well, the thing that I want to say about this, and it's probably not going to be received well, but it's very hard for me to understand women in domestic violence situations, and I've done stories on them. But it's even harder for me to understand a man in a domestic violence situation.
Definitely.
And I certainly don't mean to belittle that, but man, guys are so much stronger than us.
I just feel like I think that because they are given so many more advantages, it's kind of like looked at with less pity and understanding because it's like you got yourself into that situation. You're a man. You could easily get yourself out.
Right.
But I mean, the truth is emotions are neither male nor female. You know, we all have them.
You're
and
right.
to feel isolated and to feel abused and to feel lost and alone is a universal understanding.
You're right. You're right. That's a very good way to look at it. And I guess he was raised right and told never to hit a girl.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this
I'm
isn't a guy
sorry,
that
we
is
would
going
have
to be
been fighting.
Yeah,
We would
it's not-
have been fighting. I'm sorry. I would have caught that charge. We would have been catching charges
That's
together.
right. Catching a charge.
She's adorable. She ain't gonna do shit.
I know. She's so pretty. All right, guys. Anything y'all want to add before we leave?
This is super fun.
Will you come back and do it again?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Okay,
I
I
will
got
work
it.
more Saturdays for this.
Okay, so remind me when we're finished that we'll book the next one before you leave.
Definitely.
That way we
We
can get
should
you.
do one close to my birthday.
When's your birthday?
September 22nd.
I have that area available as of right now.
Then, so, all right.
And it's on a Friday.
Okay,
My birthday's a Friday.
that's a fun. Oh, you should come to OPP then.
I'll be 21.
Oh, yay! Legal.
Very much legal.
He's right behind you.
Nice.
October and 21. Okay, so Patreon, guys, patreon.com/grits. Please go help the show out. But if you can't, that's cool. We understand. We love everybody and their mamas.
You can still rate, review, and share.
Yes. Go to the Facebook page. Okay, so we have 2 pages on Facebook. One is a Facebook page where we can post things about Grits with a Side of Murder. The other is a Facebook group where everybody who joins can post shit in there. And we have some funny memes in there. We're going to let Zydeco Mike take us out.